I said I'd let them take me, but I didn't say how far.
Welcome back to Marvelous Videos. Today we venture into the mysterious and seductive character from the DC Comics universe who gave all of us the cat fever. Be it her witty dialogues, perfect voiceover, or those beautiful heels, Catwoman caught our eyes. Originally known as Selina Kyle, Catwoman was created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane and began her career as an anti-hero and foe of Batman. Her persona evolved into an anti-heroine and became Batman's most iconic love interest over time. Catwoman has had her own continuous book, Catwoman, since 1993, breaking down obstacles. Her sabbatical from 1954 to 1966, however, was inspired by the Comics Code Authority's strictures. This code requested improvements in the portrayal of female characters, which had an impact on Catwoman's appearance in comic books. Notably, in addition to Selina Kyle, other comic book characters such as Holly Robinson and Eiko Hasegawa have taken on the role of Catwoman. It's worth noting that Catwoman's allure extends beyond the comic panel and into the screen as well. She has made a lasting imprint in the Batman animated series, which will be covered in this video. Without further ado, let's scratch this story. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
So long, Dark Knight.
Drop in anytime.
1. Catwoman, the jewel thief who stole Batman's heart. The first appearance of Catwoman is during the episode The Cat and the Claw Part 1. Here we see Catwoman, along with her cat, Isis, climbing a tall building in the city of Gotham. She checks all the windows of this apartment before using her claws to create a tiny circle. She then lets her cat Isis in, who easily jumps through ultrasonic security checks, grabs an expensive necklace, and comes back to the Catwoman with ease. But there's one issue. Batman has been watching her while she's busy stealing. He confronts her, and Catwoman gives Batman a tricky chase. At one point, Isis is about to be hit by a truck, but Batman luckily saves her. Catwoman gets away, but they have an underlying promise that they will meet each other soon. There's also no doubt that Catwoman likes Batman, perhaps a lot more than she would like. In a charity event, Bruce Wayne, the most eligible bachelor in Gotham, will go on a date with the woman who donates the most money. While the competition only reached a few $1,000s, Selina Kyle walked down, dressed in red, quoting $10,000. Bruce is instantly mesmerized by Selina's charisma. They plan to meet for a date the next day. However, plans change a little when Selina receives a call from her lawyer, stating that the wildlife preserve for mountain lions that Selina had planned to establish was bought from under her carpet by the industrialist corporation Multigon. They supposedly laid the groundwork for a resort. Selina postponed her date with Bruce, who helped her meet with the lead executive at Multigon. Despite her and Bruce's efforts, their arguments with the Multigon executives were futile. Running out of options, Selina dressed up as Catwoman and breaks into Multigon at night. She's stealthy, but the cameras installed in the Multigon core give her away. The secret Multigon was hiding so far was Redclaw, an anti-national who wants to destroy Gotham City by spreading a plague sent through a military train by the government. As Catwoman is about to get caught, she runs with Isis through the ventilation system in the Multigon core. When a terrorist follows her, she leaves cat-shaped pins, making him lose her. She's efficient, and her smartness is exceptionally alluring. She works her way through the building and jumps off. Redclaw catches up with her and shoots the building where she's landed. Catwoman saves her cat Isis and falls off the building. This is the first best moment we see of Catwoman. No worries though, Batman saves her. They kiss, which affects Batman but doesn't move him. Catwoman says, "You can't deny there's something between us, Batman." Batman adds, "I'm afraid it's the law." This increases the quality to another level. The episode ends with Catwoman running away and coming home, not knowing that the men of Redclaw are keeping an eye on her and she'll be attacked soon.
Time I do some digging. Not this time, Isis.
2. Face Off, Catwoman vs. Redclaw. The next episode, which continues the previous one, is The Cat and the Claw Part 2, where Redclaw takes over the next part of her plan. Batman knows this plan through an informant, but it is too late. On the other hand, Redclaw attacks the military train with too much ease. They separate the trains and use smoke bombs and guns to get the situation to dance to their tunes. Batman interferes, and they have an intense face-off, but Redclaw catches hold of the plague. She escapes, threatening Batman. Surprisingly, Batman finds an equal match for the first time. The next day, Bruce catches up with the commissioner about the situation before Bruce and Selina prepare to go on a date. However, the goons belonging to Redclaw's gang attack her. An intense car chase sequence follows, but Bruce eventually loses them. When Selina reaches home, she dresses up as Catwoman, eager to go to Multigon, while Alfred sees an unusually colored cat hair on Bruce, which reveals Catwoman's secret. While Maven is alone at Catwoman's home, she is attacked by a burglar. While she's about to be attacked, Batman interferes and saves Maven. As we know, Maven is Selina's manager. Batman warns her and runs behind Catwoman after learning her location. Here we have an intense face-off between Catwoman and Batman as a team and Redclaw at the Multigon site, filled with mountain lions, for which Selina wanted to build a preserve. They catch hold of Batman and Catwoman and tie them together back to back. Redclaw releases the plague on them. Within a few seconds, Catwoman frees herself and Batman with her retractable claws, essentially saving them both. This is Catwoman's second best moment, where she saves Batman with her wit. After being free, Batman lights up the entire room with oil and burns it. He also takes a flammable truck and hits it on their chopper, destroying their escape plan. Redclaw plans to get away, but Catwoman interferes. They fight, but Catwoman is no match for Redclaw, who has martial arts training and muscular strength. A nearby mountain lion attacks Redclaw, saving Catwoman. The police are close and reach the Multigon site to catch these anti-nationals. When Catwoman goes home to find that Maven is missing, Batman comes to her place, and they have a moment before Batman handcuffs Catwoman. She accepts this and decides to be arrested.
Mother called, darling, said you could use some cheering up. And, who better for the job than the woman you're marrying now?
3. Selina Kyle, the Batman's deepest dream. We see Catwoman again in the episode Perchance to Dream, after a much-awaited wait by fans. Batman is on another mission when he falls into a trap and becomes unconscious. He wakes up to Alfred serving coffee, and we feel everything is fine, just like before. Bruce feels he just had a weird dream, but little is fine as he tries opening the door to the Batcave and finds none. Then he finds his parents alive and well. He runs into Wayne Enterprises only to discover that he is engaged to Selina Kyle, and they are to be married next week. Bruce learns of Batman's presence in the city of Gotham and feels that someone else has taken his place. At first, he protests, but soon he thinks maybe him being the Batman is just a dream. Things, however, worsen when he finds all the books in the library are mostly illegible words. Realizing that he is in a dream, he confronts Batman, who is no one else but the Mad Hatter, making sure Batman stays stuck in this hallucination. Bruce takes a leap of faith and jumps to his apparent death, escaping the dream and gaining consciousness. When Mad Hatter questions how he could escape his dream machine, as no one's will is ever that strong enough, Batman just asks why he would do such a drastic thing. Mad Hatter explains he only wanted to give Batman the life he wanted in exchange for letting him live the life he wanted. This, of course, ends with Mad Hatter's arrest. Though Catwoman doesn't appear much in this episode, the best moment is when we understand that Batman, in his deepest dream, isn't Batman at all. He is just Bruce Wayne, living with his parents and about to marry Selina, the woman he truly loved. 4. Catwoman's Journey to Heroism. As we know, Selina was arrested the last time by Batman and accepted her defeat. In the episode Cat Scratch Fever, she was presented before the judge and punished with a 5-year parole. The court cheered on hearing her judgment. However, there was a catch. Selina was never to become Catwoman again, which was acceptable for her. When she returned home, she was shocked to learn that Isis, her beloved cat, had run away, probably in search of her, and vanished. While searching for her, she stumbled upon a gritty alley where a few henchmen of Roland Daggett were catching 2 stray cats. She jumped to save them, but couldn't help them. Batman jumped into the scene and helped her, but fled as soon as the cops arrived. Selina was cuffed and arrested as Daggett's men blamed Selina for coming in between their rescue. Batman bails Selina away, and though there isn't any romance, their friendship is heavy enough. Selina dabbed her Catwoman look because that was the only way she could find Isis. Daggett had a completely set plan. He infected strays with a virus that would make them violent, and upon bite or scratch, a toxin would affect humans. After this, Daggett planned to sell the antitoxin at such high prices so that he could become a billionaire overnight. Catwoman, not aware of this, found Isis among other strays and freed her, but Isis bit her, making her dizzy. Batman comes right on time and saves Catwoman, but he has much less time as Catwoman now needs the dose of antitoxin. After a fight with Daggett's henchmen and his pursuit to make all strays normal, Batman reverses Selina's health. After she returns to her abode, he also returns Isis to her, for which Selina is extremely grateful. The best moment in this episode is, hands down, when Batman gives Isis back to Selina. This shows the depth of bond between them and an unspoken rule of never crossing that line.
Selina.
5. Catwoman or a hybrid cat. Garth, the ape-man experiment of Dr. Emil Dorian, attacked Selina out of nowhere when she visited the Gotham Zoo. He escorted her to his master, geneticist Dr. Emil Dorian. Dorian had mastered his human-animal combo in his creation Tigress, of which Garth was only a phase result. Tigress was a hybridized catman with immense power and stealth. He was brainwashed by Dorian, who treated him as a pet. However, Tigress had grown lonely in his existence and yearned for a mate. While Selina is being captured, Bruce waits for her as they had planned an evening date. Her absence increases Bruce's suspicion, and he visits the zoo only to find the police investigating. As per the guard, he saw an ape-like man holding a beautiful girl on his shoulder and leaving, throwing the guard in the tiger preserve. When Selina is kept in an enclosure, she is injected with a toxin, making her body completely golden. Her body has turned into an actual cat, but still has her human intellect intact. By the time Batman arrives at Selina's rescue, Selina takes some time to recognize him. Batman threatened Dorian with an antidote, but Tigress stopped him. Knowing that his creation will definitely win against Batman, Dorian uses Selina as a negotiating chip and places Batman against Tigress in a survival battle. However, Selina escaped the enclosure and saved herself from the last dose of the toxin. She finds Batman and stops their fight. She persuades Tigress that Batman is not his foe and that Dorian is doing things against her will. Tigress goes back in fury and blows up the lab. However, he brings back the antigen to bring Selina back to normal. Batman offers that Tigress should come along, but a very disheartened Tigress walks back, stating that no place will be his own as he belongs nowhere. On this sad note, the episode leaves us empathizing with Tigress. The best moment of Catwoman is when she approaches Tigress and stops the battle. Despite turning into a cat hybrid, her smartness saves a doom from happening. 6. Batman's guise to save his lady love. In a poker game, Joker, Croc, Poison Ivy, and Two-Face discuss their nemesis, Batman. Each has their own story of almost getting Batman in their hands, but in the end, Batman escaped. At first, Poison Ivy shares her story about poisoning Batman with pumpkins, but that backfires. Killer Crocs isn't descriptive and only mutters 2 lines. Joker takes over his devious plan, which is supposed to be the best so far. It includes airing a reality show in which Batman was seated in an electric chair that gets activated by the laughter meter. Even the slightest ha-ha can potentially fry Batman's brain. His next step is to fill the room with laughing gas and kill Batman on live TV. However, Catwoman arrives and stops his devious plan, freeing Batman. Batman saves himself, but Catwoman gets stuck in Joker's trap. An overconfident Joker reveals where he had kept Catwoman. Killer Croc transforms himself into Batman. Before anyone can attack him, everyone around their table raises their guns. But it's Batman we're talking about. Everyone's busted, and Batman makes his way to the Pussycan's pet food factory, where Harley Quinn prepares for Catwoman to be the minced meat that the cats she adores so much will be having the next day. Batman saves Catwoman, bringing down Harley Quinn. Catwoman also shows her fiery cat side to us again through this episode. The best moment in this episode is when Catwoman throws herself in danger for Batman and saves him, despite falling into danger herself. We see a proper curve of her character, who is a jewel thief and has now abided the principles because of Batman. This episode could also use more of Catwoman and her adventurous side. However, our love for the duo only increases through this episode.
This one's for the Vreelands.
7. Going back to the roots, Catwoman welcomes herself. The next episode, which is very well crafted, is Catwalk. In this episode, Selina feels stuck in herself. She is deeply discontented with her lifestyle, and her urges to steal certain artifacts only seems to increase with time. This is when she meets Scarface. They plan to steal an artifact from the museum where she had disagreements with Veronica Vreeland. Catwoman agrees, as she has an uncontrollable urge to steal. Either way, Catwoman plans to steal, deciding on a 50-50 deal, but her plans are ruined by no one else but Scarface. Scarface uses Catwoman as a distraction to cover up his heist. His men blew the alarm when she was trapped inside and also blocked her escape route by making the dinosaur antiques that she was climbing to escape fall. Catwoman escapes somehow and returns to her residence. Instead of making a speedy escape from Gotham, she was visited by Batman. He wanted to confirm if she was involved. By manipulating Batman into believing her innocence, they search for the perpetrators together. As they investigate, Selina slips up and says something confident about a certain he knowing something. Batman catches on it, but Catwoman runs away in time. Scarface was traced down to an abandoned doll factory, where he was selling stolen animals to various purchasers, including the Penguin. As Catwoman sneaks up to Scarface, she unwillingly falls into a trap and is caught by him. However, no one knew that Isis, Catwoman's cat, had a tracer on her. Batman's entrance was unpredictable, even for the audience. He saves the day, but when he is about to arrest Catwoman again, she throws a priceless statue into the fire. As Batman saves it, Catwoman is gone. The best moment in Catwoman's return to crime is when she is finally free and being herself, when she chooses crime without guilt. The next moment is definitely when Catwoman tells Batman, "I don't know whether to bite you or kiss you." This highlights their relationship.
I said I'd let them take me, but I didn't say how far.
8. Batgirl's wit and Catwoman's spin. A rare jade cat figurine gets stolen from Gotham University. As Batgirl enters the university upon hearing the news, Catwoman also enters. Believing she's the thief, Batgirl tries to arrest her. However, Catwoman gets Batgirl on her side through her mind games and wit. Robin, who makes a late entry, is also pursuing Catwoman, believing that she has stolen the figurine. But Batgirl has teamed up with Catwoman and helps her escape. Batgirl gets Catwoman to promise that if she lies or commits any crime, she will surrender, and in return, Batgirl shall support her. Agreeing to this, they enter the stacked deck to fetch information on the figurine. Many criminals are chasing them, but they flee on time with the information that the acid used to disarm the security sensors was made at the Daggett's facility. They make their way to bring down Daggett, but he already expects them. They fall into a trap and are held against their will. kill. As he is about to murder them, Robin enters and removes the chains on Batgirl. They fight as a team until Catwoman gets the Jade Cat figurine and tries running away. However, Robin and Batgirl intercept her on time. The police arrest Catwoman as Batgirl demands that she keeps her end of the promise. However, just after a few meters, the police car stops as Catwoman throws the police officials out. I agreed to go with the police, but I never said how far. And Catwoman escapes in style. This is the best moment of Catwoman to have ever been written, since it is memorable and shows just how her character is: dashing, seductive, witty, and not to mention, iconic.
Never trifle with the affections of a woman. Until next time.
Marvelous verdict. To conclude this video, Catwoman has been a roller coaster ride through the Batman animated series. Her character arc has been well carved, with her highs and lows, and highlights aspects of Batman that we may have missed. Her extraordinary strength, retractable claws, seductiveness, and wit have rendered us with an iconic jewel thief who turns into a hero only to become a villain. This moral ambiguity also adds a certain depth to her story. I am sure all Batman fans cannot wait for her return soon. That's it for today, folks. See you soon with another tale from the city of Gotham. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.